Good morning, guys. This is another commute to work discussion. So now that everything is leveled out, I have started getting back into watching some videos on social media. And right now, the big to-do is about the schools and how they're being funded to protest, and flags are being raised that are not our own. And everyone is talking about this bill that was passed to, all this money that's going to bring more people in. And this is probably going to upset a lot of people, but my question with all of this is, where are the parents? The parents are the first step to building the foundation in the children. The parents are the first step to show their children what is right and wrong. And I know we've gotten into a day and age now where parents are scared to speak up against their children acting out. Even at a young age, you see kids throwing a temper tantrum just so they can have that candy, and just to get the kids to be quiet, they buy them the candy. That is enforcing bad behavior. And I know that a lot of parents are afraid that they're going to have charges against them if they discipline. There's a lot of people out there that don't believe in spankings, for instance, but there are more than one way to discipline children. I can remember one time when I was younger that my mom wasn't big on spanking either. She did when she had to, but it wasn't her first go-to. And I came home late one time during the summer on my bike, and I had told my mother that it wasn't my fault, it was my bike's fault. So in order to teach me to, first of all, come home on time, and secondly, not to lie about what I had done and take accountability, she didn't actually ground me. She did not spank me. What she did was she grounded my bike since my bike misbehaved. So my bike was grounded for the entire summer for misbehaving. So it taught me to start taking accountability. And that's one thing I always taught my son. Even if you did something wrong, you tell the truth, because telling the truth, even if you did something wrong, will be less of a discipline than if you lie about it and, build up those lies. And that builds character. So you teach your children right from wrong when they're young. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have a voice. I'm not saying that they shouldn't speak up against things that are wrong. What I'm saying is there's a way to go about it and educate yourselves or educate your children before you have them go out and follow the masses. Speaking up against what is wrong is not always about following the masses. Sometimes speaking up about what is wrong is going against the masses and being you, being yourself, and sometimes standing alone. And the more people, oddly enough, that are standing alone against what is right eventually find each other, and they're no longer alone speaking against what is wrong. There is strength in voices that come together. As you can see with the protests, they're doing their best to speak up against something that honestly I don't think a lot of them know about. And protests originally used to be about speaking up, making your voice heard, and now it becomes more of a hate-filled rally of wanting to hurt each other. That's what most of them turn into now. And again, I go back to asking, where are the parents? Where did the parents go that should have taught the children how to make their voices heard appropriately? It's all about boundaries. It's all about guidelines. It's all about rules. There are rules that do need to be followed, but they have to be taught. You can't just expect your children to know what is right and wrong, or know what unconditional love is. You have so many people out there, so many children and younger generations that hate the people that are standing next to them because of where they're from, or how they grew up, or what color they are, or whatever, how much money they have, what they look like, what they wear. Why? Why is that happening? When we were younger, we really, at least for me, I can't speak for all of you, but when I was younger, I didn't see color. You were a person. I saw you for who you were and how you behaved. And that's not happening anymore. Nobody is given a chance. Everyone is judged before they even put a word out of their mouth or do any action at all. And that's scary. That really is scary. I urge you parents that have younger children to teach your children when they're young. Build that strong foundation so that they don't fall into the hands of the schools indoctrinating them. So they don't fall into the brainwashing of what the TV and the music is putting into the kids' heads. And I know a lot of people out there are talking about how bad the schools are and how bad the music is and how bad the TV shows are, which I agree with you 100%. But are you doing anything about it? Are you going to the school town halls to voice your concerns? Are you monitoring what your children are watching or listening to? And you may say it's an invasion of privacy, but it's not. You pay the phone bill, you pay the electric bill, you pay the cable bill, and they are a minor. There is no privacy when it comes to your children, when it comes to protecting them. That should be your utmost priority. I literally, the other day, went through Netflix and Amazon to try to decompress and kind of watch a show, and I realized that all the shows that were popping up were all about division, hate, fighting, killing, drugs, sex, rebellion. There was no shows that popped up anymore about nurturing, caring, loving, kindness, helping strangers. They're just not there anymore. And it made me realize that that is part of the problem in the world, which we already know, but it goes to a deeper level where if you're continuously watching these shows that don't have love or don't have compassion or don't have kindness, if you're not being taught by one way or another, whether it be parents, friends, family, TV, music, you start hardening your heart to those feelings. You stop feeling those feelings and you start forgetting how to act in that way or feel in that way. And you have your young kids glued to the TV and listening to the music 24/7. They are constantly getting that. As they get older, they are going to forget how to love. They are going to forget how to be kind. They are going to forget how to be courteous, respectful, whatever it is, everything that is our core values, which in turn makes them an easy target for being indoctrinated, for being brainwashed, and for doing the dirty deeds of whomever out there is funding these schools, these rallies, these protests to cause chaos. So I am urging you parents, grandparents, neighbors, whomever, to reach out to your children no matter what age. And when I say children, I even call people who are 20 kids, because my son is almost in his 30s now. So reach out to them and do your part, because even just a small gesture of teaching them or having them look at something a different way makes a big difference. You'd be surprised how that little tiny seed you planted will grow. So when you watch all this stuff, don't just look at it and get angry. Look at it and think about what you can do to make a change locally, whether it be in your neighborhood, your family, your schools, your colleges, whatever. And don't be afraid to be that one voice, because as I said, that one voice will find other one voices and they become stronger. The more voices that stand up against what's right will be heard. They're louder. The more voices you have together, the louder they are, and you can actually make a difference. Just don't go in there, fighting and screaming and cursing, because no one is going to listen to that. I wouldn't listen to that. I'll shut you down if you come to me like that. Approach something with love. Approach something with compassion, and continue to be the light in the world, because the world is dark right now, which is why I stepped away for a good while. The world is dark. Be the light. Love each other. Be kind to each other. Help each other. And always, no matter what, God is always in charge. Much love, y'all.